If you've clicked on this video, my guess is you've had a traumatic childhood. And the reason I say that is because when we are plagued by narcissists, it normally starts early on in life with parents, siblings, family members, who knows. But a lot of times there's a reason for that, and we're going to get into it today. By the way, welcome to my channel. My name is Sparrowspaulding. I am a trauma survivor. I'm a retired psychotherapist and a clinical nutritionist, and I am a trauma recovery specialist helping many people break the bonds, heal the past traumas, and go on to live their best lives. So, welcome to my channel. So, if you have felt plagued by narcissists, and by the way, I have experienced this myself, and it took me a long time to put the pieces together and to figure out why. But if you have had a traumatic childhood and a lot of narcissism in your life, it is because you were born with a mission and a purpose. You were born to do something great in this world and to be of service to others. And when that is the case, the enemy will send out his troops to stop you at every turn. So you might be thinking, deep down, I've always known I'm here for a reason. I've always known I'm supposed to help others or do A, B, and C, but something always trips me up. Something always gets in my way. Yes, and it is designed to be that way. And I'm so glad you're watching this because hopefully starting today, you can break this cycle. So what happens is, we come here and some of us are just chosen to do great things, or maybe we've chosen to do great things when we come to Earth. Who knows? But it starts early, right? We have to, play the Space Invaders from, pretty much day one, a lot of us. And the reason for that, I think, is twofold. Number one, God makes warriors by putting us through war. So a lot of times the hard times are there to sharpen us, to deepen us. And, I read a book a long time ago called The Power of Now, which I loved so much. And I think it was in that book or maybe one of his follow-up books where Eckhart Tolle says, suffering is necessary until we realize it's unnecessary. So, a lot of times, and especially being a Christian, and I'm a Christian, I call myself more of a cosmic Christian because I do have some kind of out there beliefs. The traditional Christian way is the way of the cross, right? We have to suffer in this life. We have to, get to the next life. The next life is the great place, but we have to slog through this life. And I really take issue with that because, Jesus did suffer, but he resurrected and he was the example for us in this life. And I don't believe that we're supposed to just suffer through this entire life. I believe we can overcome the suffering and overcome the world like Jesus said, that we can do and that he did. And so, again, suffering is necessary until we realize it's unnecessary. A lot of our suffering, not all, but a lot of our suffering, if we look back, is self-imposed. Now, not in childhood, but, in our adult life, because we learn it in childhood and we repeat it in our adult life. But I'm here to tell you that we can actually break those cycles. So we learn some depth in childhood with our traumas, and it really helps us be able to help other people, right? Because we can relate, because we have empathy, and we feel a kindred, right, with other people who are suffering. However, the flip side to that is a lot of that suffering creates negative programming, right? Programming like, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, can't trust other people, a whole host of things. Life is full of suffering. I mean, that's a great false narrative that so many people buy into. So what happens in adulthood then is if we don't start identifying those patterns, if we don't start identifying the chinks in our armor that we have, then we are going to attract those narcissists, and they're going to be highly attracted to us because they're sent here, right? They're sent to destroy us, like space invaders. And, here's another good analogy. Imagine you are like Neo in the Matrix, waking up, and here come all the Agent Smiths just trying to annihilate you. Think of the narcissists in your life like the Agent Smiths. And, it's our job to be able to overcome the matrix, right? To become strong enough and powerful enough to fight off the narcissists. And how we do that is we go back and we heal the trauma. We figure out, where we went off the rails, at what stage in our life, at different developmental stages that we experienced trauma, and what it taught us about the world, and maybe how we're stuck in time, still believing false narratives, still waiting for someone to love us, still waiting for someone to see us, instead of doing it ourselves because we just don't understand it. So that's the rundown. And if we don't figure this out, we'll repeat the same patterns over and over and over, and the narcissist will just come out of every corner. You could be in a restaurant and come across a narcissistic wait person. You could make a friend at book club and then they turn out to be narcissistic and not great. You could date someone and then pretty soon here's another narcissist in your life. And on and on and on. So the goal is to really heal yourself to the point to where you see them coming from a mile away and you can just bat them away like a fly. They don't get into your inner circle. They don't get a chance to put their hooks in you and steal your joy, steal your energy until you're a shell of your former self. Okay, does that make sense? This might sound counterintuitive, but in a sense, the narcissists in your life are a blessing in disguise because they are going to bring out all the unhealed stuff in you to the surface, and then you can deal with it. But if we just focus on the narcissist and what they're doing and their behaviors and then we're not looking internally and we're not figuring out where we need to heal. And that is the key. So the narcissist is the blessing in disguise, coming into our life, showing us where we need to heal, where we need to grow, how to overcome, so that in the future, when they come close to us, then we'll again sense them a mile away, bat them away. We're not going to become part of their drama, and they're not going to become part of our life story. So I hope that makes sense. By the way, Uncaged is my trauma recovery manual. So this is a deep dive into the self, going way back in time, all about your childhood. It's a workbook and a book in one, helping you figure out where the chinks in your armor are, how to best heal those, and go on to live your best life. Figure out what you want, what your mission is, what you're here to do. But narcissism in your life is a spiritual battle. It's not just something that happens randomly. It's a spiritual battle urging you to claim your power and to overcome. So guys, if you like this video, please click below, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, hug yourself from me, and we'll see you next time.